Hello everybody! The Hearthstone Year of the Dragon has been announced, and with it came two very interesting screenshots that are ripe for the theory crafting. And everybody's already done it, but I'm gonna do it too. So, let's just jump right into that. So we got this. It's very low res. I'm sorry, it's blown up so that you can actually see the darn things because they were tiny. And it's like, I can't use that, so I get the blowed up version. So this was the first thing that I saw. And I'm like, ooh, look at all the things that we can look at. And I wish this would go away. There we go. So let's take this apart piece by piece. So we know that the next adventure is going to involve getting multiple hero class abilities, the hero powers. We know that there's going to be a friendly encounter, which, as we see here, that there's going to be... Would that go away, please? God. That's so irritating. Stop it. So that's the friendly encounter sort of thing, and it looks like our hero is like, we know we're gonna get two new heroes specifically for the adventure. They're not going to be the usual things, although you can see Jaina here. So it's like, choose a starting deck. So we got mage and then two other options, it looks like, and then from there, we get our two dudes. Probably like a mage dude and a melee dude. So this is probably the mage dude, like a flame elemental sort of thing. And we get the friendly encounters for reasons. Maybe we trade cards, so it's sort of like a pseudo trading card game sort of situation where it's like, oh, you have that card? I'll trade you 2 Stone Tusk Boars for that Fairy Dragon. It's like, no. Maybe it'll be like that. I don't know. But it looks like it might be something along those lines where where we make use of the board in ways that aren't that it's not normally used for. So that'll be interesting. And then these are choosing of hero powers. And it looks like these 3 will be based on mages. So we got the normal fireball, and we got maybe an ice, like a frost bolt, maybe. So it's like deals 1 damage and freezes, or maybe it's just freezes, or it could be maybe something along the lines of using an elemental ability, because like the frost thing plus the Lich Queen Jaina could be something like that. It does look like Frostfire, that spell that is 0 cost, deal 1 damage. So I don't know. That's what's making me think like that. This one I have no idea. This one, it just looks like a weird gray blob. I have no idea what it is. And then we come over here to this legendary 2 cost. It looks like a robe, so it could be a ghost, it could be an actual robe, maybe it affects the hero when you play it, so it's like a 2 cost legendary that's a 0/4, all minions only takes 1 damage when hit, something like that. I don't know, but it definitely looks cool. Although, considering it's a robe, maybe it's more magic-based, so it's like all minions have +1 spell power, or something like that, to do some crazy super combos. Because that's usually why you have low-cost legendaries, is to get some sort of a wombo combo. So I think it might be something like that, where it's like, maybe this has spell power +5, or maybe all minions have +1 spell power, something like that, I think. But we'll have to wait and see. But it looks neat. I like it. Then we come over here to choose your hero. And we see that there's definitely more than 2 heroes. And so this one will probably be the mage one, because it looks like it's set up the same way, like warrior, shaman, rogue, bada 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 bada. So it looks like the warrior is some sort of a shadow pan, some sort of a Pandaren, not entirely sure. We got the shaman, which is a snake, and we got a rogue, which is a Vulpiran, I think they're called. Basically, the two new races in BFA that we all want, but probably won't get. And then you really can't see what's underneath. You can see a little bit of the druid, but not enough to go on. And then we got these. So, I'm pretty sure this card back already exists, though. Wasn't this for, like, the Light Forged? What did that look like? I can't remember. I'm gonna have to Google that literally right now. So hold on one second. Okay, so no, this is the one that I thought it looked like. But no, it's definitely different. Although, thinking about it, this card actually looks like a couple too. It sort of looks like these two mashed together. And that'll come into what I'm talking about later. But basically, these look like Draenei. Like all three of these were Draenei. Like that's Lightforge, Draenei, this is Shadowmoon Valley, this one is the Exudar. And these two are very reminiscent to it. And that'll bring me into this over here. We're not quite there yet because of this. Like, that stupid thing. This. The new card pack looking thing. It's all scarred and dark. And that's cool. This is just the golden thing. Which, yeah, when you complete a thing, you're going to get... Each time you complete a place, you're going to get 3 card packs for this. And then if you complete the whole thing, you'll get a golden basic. So this is the new card pack for the next expansion, and these two are card backs for it. So let's get right into this. So let me move myself over here so that you can see the first one better, because that's the one we're going to be talking about first. So that's the one that... That's the one that this is going to be based on. With these 2 card backs, this card pack, and this adventure. This one. So what is it going to be? So, like I said with what the 2 card packs were being reminiscent of, it looks very Draenei to me. It looks very Shadowmoon Valley, very Azure Mist Isle, Exudar. It could also be the Void, I guess. I've seen 1 or 2 screenshots of people. I haven't looked at any other videos yet. I really want to go look at the other videos. But before I do that, I wanted to make my own video. But I saw Regis Kilbin, his screenshot that he has up there, the tag, has him talking about Void Elves. And I'm like, maybe there could be some Void in there with, like, this. But, I mean, that still goes more Draenei for me, personally. And it would also make more sense because we had the last expansion had that standout Akanai Soul Priest card for no reason. And so I think it might have gone into the creation of this one being Draenei themed. I think it's a sure bet that this one's going to be Draenei themed in some way. It might be more based on location than actual race, so it's probably going to be based on a place like Shadowmoon Valley, Azure Mist Isle, Shatrath, maybe. It could also be the Black Temple, the Temple of Karabor, since that, is in Shadowmoon Valley, and it was the Temple of Karabor and then became the Black Temple. So it sort of went through a corrupting, although we don't see any Legion, we don't see any green, but the Draenei and the Legion are sort of inextricably linked. So we might see a revamped couple of cards like Mal'Ganis, Jaraxxus, things like that. But it's probably going to be more based on the good Draenei. We might get a better Velen. A different Velen. Velen is still pretty good. But we might get a new Velen card as well. The second one looks to me very temple-y. It might be another sort of what's it called? League of Explorers. Like, this bit down here, it looks very much like a stone tablet sort of thing. It could be Uldum, although we've already had Uldum again. It could be, I don't know, it could be more deserty. It could be Vol'dun. That would explain why the Volpyrin are getting into Hearthstone. The bit in the middle, it does sort of look like, it looks sort of deserty. It looks like something you would find in a desert. Well, yeah, it's not yellow like the next one is. It has that sort of oasis sort of look, that aquamarine sort of look. So we've got all this sandy brown, and then this blue in the center. So it could be that. What else could it be? I don't know. I'm looking at that, and all I can really think of is temple or desert. That's really all I can think of. So I'm going to stick with that. I think it's either temple-themed or desert-themed. And then the third one is very Deathwing. The third one, let me move myself back over. Whee! The third one basically just looks like Deathwing. It looks like Black Dragon Flight. It looks like with the two scratches in the top, and then the yellow, and the tooth looking thing at the bottom. It's very warrior-esque. It's very Blackrock Mountain-esque, very Deathwing-esque. So I think that's probably where it's going to go with that one. It might go Twilight Hammery. And they did say that there's going to be a story that goes through each one. So it's going to be part 1, part 2, part 3 of a story this time. So how would these three link? So we've got, if we say that, okay, so the Outland did have that chapter in it where Ner'zhul took a bunch of Deathwing's eggs into Outland. So it could be about that, about how we got Deathwing's eggs in Outland, and then maybe we have to do something involving a temple, going back in time, maybe sort of Caverns of Time, maybe, to get the Dragon Soul and then face off against Deathwing. It could be trying to reenact Cataclysm in an alternate universe sort of way. It could be the return of Twilight's Hammer, sort of facing off against the Twilight, and then going on some sort of an adventure, and then facing off against them in the end. Because Time's End did also sort of have that sort of motif in the Caverns of Time. But yeah, I'm very excited to see what they do with that, because Hearthstone, while they've done all these little stories before, they've never had an overarching story. It's always been Knights of the Frozen Throne, here's a whole bunch of comics. Boomsday, here's a bunch of comics. They've never linked together. This time we're getting 3 expansions that link together. So I'm very curious how they go with that, and I'm very excited to see what they do with it. And I'm also very excited to see whether they go more laughy with it, or do they go more serious? Because when Hearthstone does a serious story, like the Call of Cthulhu and the Knights of the Frozen Throne, it's a lot of fun. It's dark, it's creepy, it's cool. But when they go silly, it's still fun. Like Witchwood was definitely like, yeah, there was some creepy story to it, but it was still more fun. Boomsday was also fun. The tournament was fun. A lot of the older expansions were more fun. One Night in Karazhan, that was really fun. I really liked it. A lot of people weren't really into it, but I liked it. So, like, if they're having an overarching story, are they going to go more serious or are they going to go more silly? And how will that play into it? Because they've never gone serious, but they have gone silly. So will this all be silly, or maybe will it go like silly, slightly more serious and adventurous, really serious? Or will it go in reverse, where it's like, this is really serious, and here's how we can fight back against the silliness, fight back against the serious, and here is beating the super serious villain with laughter. Either way, I think it'll be fun, and either way, I think it'll be interesting. I'm just excited to see which way they're going to go. I think it's more likely they're going to go with the first one, where, like, serious, not serious, serious. I think that's probably where they're going to go with it. But we'll see. I'm very excited. But those are my predictions. This is what I think is going to happen. Man, this video went forever and a half. Thank you guys for watching. The Rustic and Rumble retrospective is coming up soon. I might record that later today. I might get to it tomorrow. And it's going to take forever to upload, because it's going to be like 2 or 3 hours. Because, dang it, if I can't, like, remember a lot of things. So I'm probably going to have to go back and talk about each and every card again, just so I can remember them. Because they're, like, Rustic and Rumble, it's so weird about how the cards have evolved through the meta. And, like, I'm gonna have to look at each one individually. And that means it's gonna be a long video. Damn it. So, you know, if you're into listening to me talk for like 2 hours at a time about Hearthstone, yay! If you're not, then crap. You might want to watch it in 10-minute intervals, or you might want to skip it entirely if you just don't care. And that's fine too. Alright. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.